Shalom, giving all praise to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahshua, Hashem, Rakakodah, Shalom to the 144,000, the rest of you elect out there, Shalom to you all. I'm going to entitle this video, he's going to sue fighter pilot fired for being a Hebrew Israelite. Hashtag discretion, hashtag overrighteous. But you know what? I'm kind of going with this guy. Go with the Hebrew Israelite thing, because that's a lawsuit. Because let's look at the article. And this was put up, by the way, by GMS South Carolina 08. Title is Fighter Pilot Fired for Being a Hebrew Israelite. Says Black Hebrew Fighter Pilot at Lockheed Martin claims... Oh, Lockheed Martin made a statement, I did it in one of the videos, that if you put Lockheed Martin and you put in, if you go to Google and you put in technology is magical, it'll come up. And magical also means miracles. When you go to Revelation, I believe it's 13, I'm positive it's 13, there are miracles. The word miracle and magical are synonymous. So they're saying their technology is... they're miracles, right? So Black Hebrew fighter pilot at Lockheed Martin claimed he gonna become a millionaire out of this bad boy. Claims boss tried repeatedly to convert him to Christianity. That's a lawsuit. You can sue the boss individually. You can sue the company. I hope you complained. So he's trying to convert you to another religion. A member of the Black Hebrew Israelite movement and fighter pilot working as an F-35. That's the best. That's the top of the creme de la creme of fighter jets. The F stand for fighter or fighter jets. What they'll do is, if like the F-16s, the F-15, they'll sell it to other nations. The F-35 is the most advanced. F-35 flight instructor. You got to know your shit to be a. Yeah, if you teach them motherfuckers how to fly these fighter jets, you know how to fly one and work one, and do damage. For Lockheed Martin claims a spiteful higher up regularly questioned his religious beliefs, going out of her way as a woman. So she's trying, and that's the thing about these Christians. More Christians should be taken to court and sue. We should sue these churches, man. We should sue Vocab Malone, for harassment. That's all that nigga do is harass. So let me play some of it. And I'm going to show you that you have a religious right to be what you want. When somebody says, oh, don't be an atheist, be a Christian, or don't be an Israelite, be a Muslim, that's violating your First Amendment right in the Constitution. So let's see how far this goes in the news. In the news. You know what, let me do this before I go on. No, let me go ahead and play it. It's short. I'm not going to play the whole thing. You got these bruises on the boat. Let me do this. Yeah, Israelites and know that they're Israelites, but then you got the prophets. Okay, so right here, mostly women.
All right, and I don't know what what I'm gonna call this video, but this right here is gonna go in the section with "We told you, we warned you." Okay, we warned you, Israelites.
But you know what? I'm glad he let it know. I'm glad. I'm with this guy. Because now this pushes it. Now you can make a big deal about it. Now you can go to whatever world court. You can go to what court do you go with, and as far as the UN. How do you sue somebody as far as internationally? How do you sue somebody federally? There's going to be a federal case locally. There's all kind of. Hey, they're saying, look, you can't worship your own God. She's basically saying it's a woman, you got to worship a white Jesus. And you know by facts, even the chat GPT said Jesus is black. The chat said that. These motherfuckers are losing, man. Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. You're losing big time. And Russia just declared war against the beast, NATO, which includes America. He's not scared. He's not afraid of America. Putin's not afraid. He got receipts on Donald J. Trump. He got receipts on this guy.
About making your nationality public.
Oh, and this thing with what's his name? Kirk, Charlie Kirk. This whole, when I saw it, I said, let's find out what's going on. They tracked the guy down. They got him. Look, we don't know if this guy Kirk is in Europe, some goddamn where. We don't know if he's actually dead. We don't know if he said the wrong thing and the elite wanted him killed. There wasn't no lone guy. There's a lone crazy gunman. And they said they got the rifle, they got fingerprints, they got pictures of the guy. He wearing American flag t-shirt, black t-shirt with an eagle on it, and there's a white guy. Looked like an Edomite. Could be Jake, Edomite. And I believe that they ain't said it, but I believe that they probably tested Palantir. I'm not sure. You got to wait. Because the Palantir system is a tracking system. Because they kept saying, we tracked this guy. They got his name. I don't know if they arrested him or not. Everything is going so fast. So, the guy that supposedly that stabbed the Ukrainian refugee in the neck. She bled on the bus. He said, I got to watch the video. He said that he was back and forth in institutions, prison, and psychological institutions, and that he claimed that he was chipped. Hey, plot gets thicker. It's never a dull moment, man. We used to say you miss a day with this thing, you miss a lot. You miss a minute, you miss a lot. So let's go.
People don't need to know what you're doing and what you're into. Okay? We know that there's an overrighteous spirit among you Israelites out there. Right? Which you just, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I do understand it, but I don't understand it. I understand it in the spirit, but in the flesh, my flesh is like, why do you just feel the need to just tell people that you're an Israelite? Like, what does that come from? It's a lack of discretion. Anyway, this is an article that was sent out among the Brotherhood from the Independent. Listen to this headline. Black Hebrew fighter pilot at Lockheed Martin claims boss tried repeatedly to convert him to Christianity. So you're an Israelite and you're a fighter pilot and you work at Lockheed Martin and you couldn't even keep it a secret. You didn't want to keep it a secret.
But that's all right. That's the spirit. It's good he didn't keep it a secret. It's good he did not keep it a secret. So you have a different viewpoint than myself. Because this, now it's in the news, the Independent, The spirit made him say, yeah, I'm a Hebrew Israelite. Yes. Now maybe this Edomite chick liked him.
Let's go on. Let's read it. A member of the black, there's no such thing as that. A member of the Black Hebrew Israelite movement, which is no such thing as no fucking movement, and fighter pilot working as an F-35 flight instructor for Lockheed Martin claims a spiteful higher-up regularly questioned his religious beliefs. First off, how do they know about your religious beliefs? Why? How? I'll tell you how. Probably made it a point to wear fringes on all your damn clothes. It goes on, going out of her way to interrupt his observance of Shabbat and making multiple attempts to convert him to Christianity during an overseas argument. So you overseas.
And first of all, I don't know what group he comes out of, what camp is he a part of. We got to get further information on this. Further information. So you wore the fringes, okay? I don't know if he had the phylacteries on, the paddle to the side, the sword. I don't know if his idea of the Sabbath is Friday, sundown, Saturday, sundown, and the Christian wanted you to turn. So therefore, you got to change your Sabbath, which is Sunday, which It's not even Christian. And hey, Wes Huff, where you at, Wes? Where you at, Wes? Ask you a quick question. What day did Jesus raise on? He rose on a Sunday, you might say. What day did he die on? Oh, Friday. How many days was he in the sepulcher for? 3 days. Actually, 3 days. A minute into the 4th day, he had to complete 72 hours, or 3 24-hour periods, 3 complete days. The very second after that 72-hour period, he can be raised. So he will have to raise on the 4th day. So you said he rose on a Sunday. He died on a Friday. How do you get 3 days and 3 nights from Friday to Sunday? Oh, well, Friday's day 1, Saturday's day 2, and Sunday. No, nope. Wrong. So had 3 complete days. So that's something that you can get that's another thing you can get the Christians on.
You're a flight instructor, right? You got all this knowledge of F-35s and all that, but you don't know better than to tell people what you're into. And then on top of that, how do they know you celebrating or that you worshiping Shabbat? Good Lord, Jake. No discretion.
But I know it's a good thing. I'm with it. I'm with it. You know, he tells them, this is just to bring them out in the open, showing you that you a nigga. You're not supposed to think. You know, you're not supposed to think. If you was back in Africa chucking spears, you would know who the fuck you are. So we're here to help you. That's a dangerous cult. So I got to bring you back to the truth, because the Miss White lady, she actually believes that Jesus is white, God is white, the angels are white. They eat angel food cake up there. When they go shit in the bathroom, they shit angel food cake. You know, and sprinkles come out their ass. Because these Edomites are all fucked up in the head.
Anyway, that's according to a federal lawsuit filed by Richard Rowland Jones III, whose complaint also accuses the supervisor of, among numerous other things, openly lamenting the fact that their workplace was no longer whites only. And really what's going on is, once these devils find out what you're into.
Okay, so he got a federal lawsuit. Now, if they're fair, he's going to win that lawsuit, because you're violating the rights of somebody's religion. You're forcing them. Like, if you want to keep the job, you got to change your religion. You have a boss that's an atheist, you believe in you're Christian, or you got to be an atheist to keep this job. Clearly a lawsuit there. Not in the federal court, but also in international courts, or whatever court that they use. I don't know.
You're going to try to rouse you up. They're going to do little shit. They're going to say little shit. You're going to become the object of ridicule. This is why we tell you, and we've told you in the past, that you don't need to tell everybody what you're into. I don't know what anybody's religion is at my workplace. I don't tell. I mean, I know that they're probably Christians, but I don't know what denomination. And you different Israelites, just take note of this, you brothers and sisters that follow us, because these other Israelites, they're out of their goddamn minds, man.
But like I said, I'm with this guy, because you done put this Hebrew Israelite thing on a higher plane now, because you're bringing it to a court. Now, can the small hats sue us for saying that we're Israelites? No, because we have all the truth in the world. They don't want this truth out. They don't want this truth out. They're not the people. We have too much information on these people. They had to create on me. Grab me for a minute. Let's see what happens. Maybe the monitor just died on me. Okay, here we back. Got nervous. So it was a made-up thing. Goes back to different parts of Europe. There were some of them that stayed in Europe. They wanted to stay in Germany and Poland, and a lot of them come from the Ukraine and Poland and Germany. Those are three main places. A lot of them said, "Nah, I like Germany. I like Ukraine." Some of them said, "Oh yeah, we'll go to this desert and we'll believe you guys." Go
There's no way I would have went to work and put myself under the threat of scrutiny, all because I want them to know, I'm an Israelite. That's the Sabbath today. Hell no.
But now he can retire. This amount. He's going to sue. He's not going to sue her. She ain't got no damn money. He's going to sue Lockheed Martin. That's a $1 billion company. Matter of fact, I did a delivery or two at Lockheed Martin, one of their offices. I used to do deliveries, and one of the players, I said, "Oh shit, this is Lockheed Martin."
Anyway, Jones always received superior work evaluations throughout his 3 years at the multinational aerospace and defense behemoth, according to the complaint, which says he received a leadership award in 2023 that goes only to those ranked among the top 1% of Lockheed Martin.
Okay, so he was a model employee. So that makes it look bad on this woman. She gonna wind up getting fired, and he's gonna get millions of dollars from. They'll settle out of court most likely from Lockheed. Lockheed got billions. They'll write him a check. He's good. He's good for the rest of his life.
Employees globally. And this is the thing, Lockheed Martin is a corrupt organization. All these organizations are. Why would you working for Lockheed Martin be not, why would you not think to protect yourself and your family, man? I don't get it, Jake. But when Jones reported the situation to management, the complaint says the 47-year-old aviator's concerns were either slow walked or ignored altogether. And
that means that they ignored him. So they're involved. There's no more to do. They can't blame it on the woman. They were all in on it, and they said, "Let's give this guy a hard time." So so they were aware that the supervisor was being what's the word? Supervisor showed discrimination, mainly for his religion. Okay.
Until he finally
this is looking bad for Lockheed, man.
Terminated until he was found.
If they're smart, they'll have counselors that say, "You know what? Let's settle out of court. Let's see what the guy wants. He says he wants $10 million. Let's offer him $5 million, and let's give him under a gag order that he can't speak nothing about it, but we'll give him $5 million straight up, and we'll give him stock in it. But whatever." They'll make him, unless he wants to make a statement. No, I want to go all the way. They might Charlie Kirk his ass. Let's go.
Finally terminated over ginned up charges he argues were false and pretextual. Yeah, and that's the danger of it. You open yourself up to more scrutiny once you let these devils know, and they take it personal.
Like I said, that's all right. He did the Most High made him do this for a reason. There's a reason behind this. You have on record that the woman tried to get you to, become a Christian, believe in the white Jesus. And when it went to, he complained about it. They kind of pushed him off to the side. It's going to look bad for them. They don't want this. They don't want this to go to the media. They do not. They're going to settle out of court. If they're smart, they're going to settle out of court, unless there's a kangaroo court. But that's all right. That's okay. So he did the right thing, in my opinion.
Telling you to hide your, what you into because you just hide it because you're ashamed of it. You protect yourself. Protect yourself, Jake. Now you may say, well, see, he gonna have a lawsuit. Big deal. You could have avoided the lawsuit altogether. You could have retired from there with your full package and benefits.
He gonna retire without that. He gonna really retire. Now, what if he didn't say nothing and he was on the block and he was on corner teaching and the woman sees him and knows? That's going to be worse. He said, "Look, I'm a Hebrew Israelite. That's my religion. I'm not going to lie about it."
You don't need to tell the oppressor what you're into, but it is what it is. Jones's lawsuit, which was filed September 2nd in U.S. District Court in Maryland.
Okay, so this is a couple of days ago. So this is new. This is new, hot off the presses.
Has not been previously reported. Contends his mistreatment stem from the fact that he complies with non-traditional Judeo-religious beliefs and practices. It says he was subjected to systemic systemic discrimination on the basis of his race and religion.
It's looking bad. Looking bad. It's looking bad for Lockheed.
Including but not limited to discriminatory policies, practices, behaviors, and procedures, differential treatment, and hostility in the workplace. And I'm not saying you was in the wrong. Let me take that back. I'm not taking the side of the oppressor. I'm just saying you got to protect yourself. You're supposed to.
He is, because he knows his rights. I guarantee you he sat down with a lawyer. Probably a small hat, too. That's the very best lawyer there is.
Move wisely out here, Jake. Let's actually look and see what. Let's read certain stuff here. I'm gonna just go around something. I want to get to some of the more important stuff here, right? It says Jones. What the hell? I can't really see it. Anyway, so the dude was at Misawa Air Base in Japan, roughly 400 miles north of Tokyo. The installation is home to both the U.S. and Japanese forces, and Jones was the only black Hebrew instructor in Lockheed Martin's entire F-35 training program, according to his complaint. Well, yeah, but this is the thing. You don't know that. You don't know that. It might be another brother that is smart enough to know not to tell everybody what he's into. As part of Jones's belief, he actively practices the Shabbat, which prohibits any work from Friday sunset to Saturday sunset.
Okay, well, he's one of them guys, he don't know. Friday sundown. But you know what? There's nothing wrong with this guy's doing. This is what he chose to do. We more like Clark Kent. We going in the job like Clark Kent. He coming in there with the cape on. There's nothing wrong with what he's doing, Ak. There's nothing wrong with what he's doing. He's setting a precedent.
The complaint is plain. There you go. That tells you a lot. You know he ain't too bright. He ain't got it all upstairs. Friday.
Oh no, he got it all upstairs because he gonna do way better. He gonna make 100 times what he make from his retirement. He good. But let's see what they're gonna do in the courts. They might railroad him in the courts. But that just shows that this this system discriminates against religion. And it's all about demonizing the Israelites and other religions.
Friday sundown to Saturday sundown is not even the biblical Sabbath day.
He doesn't know.
It's not. But we know a lot of you bugged out Israelites, you keep it that way. The fact that you can't keep something to yourself and that you're going to tell the devil you can't work on Friday sundown to Saturday sundown because of the Sabbath.
But he told the truth, and he has a right to tell the truth.
Look, we've been over it over and over. We already been over it. There ain't no need to beat a dead horse.
I'm not telling you guys because I'm saying this in his case for y'all to do that. If you want to go on the job as Clark Kent, all right?
You brothers and sisters with a little bit of experience, you know better than that. Goofy ass Jake. Here it is. You a goddamn pilot in the Air Force. You a pilot instructor, which means you got superior knowledge, but you don't got enough knowledge to know you don't supposed to. Number one, the law is not. You're not gonna be saved by your keeping of the law, and you can't keep the law perfectly. You see? Anyway, however, it says Jones soon found himself at odds with a senior supervisor from a different unit. The supervisor, a white woman named Heidi Moore, would purposely and consistently interrupt Jones while he was observing Shabbat. Oh my gosh. Despite Jones's repeated requests that she refrain from active interference from his compliance with the Shabbat, she nevertheless persisted, the complaint alleges. The supervisor ratcheted things up even further by calling Jones's direct supervisor and questioning his support of Jones's observance of Shabbat, along with openly complaining to Jones's direct reports about his religious observances. The complaint goes on. And you see, it's just the devil at work. That's all, these devils at work. In an apparent attempt to catch Jones in a lie, the complaint says the supervisor tasked a U.S. government contractor from another company to spy on him while he was on business travel. And when it became clear that Jones was indeed committed to his personal beliefs, the supervisor made several attempts to convert Jones to Christianity during their time abroad. All the things that we've been telling you about. beginning in
Now, if he was a white, pasty, small hat, she wouldn't have fucked with him. But because he's one of them black Hebrew Israelites.
June 2022, the supervisor's alleged hostility toward Jones intensified. His complaint continues. It says she now subjected Jones to a pattern of practice of racially discriminatory conduct that was designed to undermine his working authority. The supervisor sought to assert.
Yeah, these Christians are hateful, evil, demonic people. These Christians, like Vocab and God Logic and them. These, look, when Vocab and God Logic and what's his guy, David Woods, that likes to wear dresses. I told him about that. I said, look, man, you can't be wearing dresses, bro. You better repent of that shit. When they came over to New York, they came from somewhere in the Midwest, whatever, Arizona, whatever the fuck they came from. Do you know, you could have talked to the pilot, you could have talked to the stewardess, you could have talked to the people on the plane. You changed planes, you could have talked to them people. You came to New York, you could have went down to Christopher Street, which the Mo's at New York. That's like Sodom and Gomorrah. You could have went down, and we told him that, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we told Vocab, he said, why don't you go down to Christopher Street? Because and this thing is, we don't want you Hebrewites to burn in hell. But everybody else can burn in hell. You just want us to not to burn in hell? We ain't going to burn in hell because there's no such thing as hell. We're not IUIC.
Control over Jones despite lacking legitimate supervisory authority and began stripping him of key duties, transferring those responsibilities to white employees without jurisdiction to complain.
That's racism, bro. Christians are racist.
It states. The supervisor also subjected Jones to heightened scrutiny and inappropriate questioning regarding legitimate business travel and routinely interrupted and commandeered meetings led by Jones in a clear effort to diminish his professional standing. She went about it rudely, offensively, and repeatedly, according to the complaint, which says the supervisor intimidated and threatened Jones by peppering him with questions about whether or not he intended to keep his job at Lockheed Martin. The supervisor did not treat white employees this way, the complaint states.
Clearly racist, discriminated against his religion. Oh, he has a major case. Anyway, you can watch the rest of this. Very interesting. Okay, UN. Let's go to UN, right? So when they say we can't, there's a law where we can't, like, the Nero says we can't call ourselves Israelites no more. Well, that's a UN case. He's under the U.S. is under the jurisdiction of the UN. The UN has established and promotes the right to freedom of religion or belief, which is recognized in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, UDHR, and other key documents. The right encompasses freedom of thought, conscience, and religion, including the right to change one's religion or belief and to manifest it let the world know you a Hebrew Israelite. See, we Clark Kent. We ain't coming like Kal-El. We coming like we coming on the job like Clark Kent. He said, I'm wearing my Superman suit. I'm coming like Kal-El, which is absolutely nothing wrong with it. You wrong, brother. You wrong, but I understand. You get your view, but it's a good thing that he did. He must be a bad dude, motherfucker. I wouldn't know how to open up the fucking cockpit on the F-35, man, or whatever the fuck, F-35. I wouldn't know the first thing about an F-35. That dude knew his shit. He knew his shit. He was an expert. You showing, and mostly white boys. Niggas don't fly planes, man. You know? He was showing them white boys. This is your instructor, Mr. Jones, or Jake. They probably say, oh, this nigga don't know nothing about flying. But after he showed him the tree, he said, this nigga know his shit. We're coming in this. Hey, look, this is how we took over the Roman Empire, and Esau knows that. That's why they watch us all the time. They know the history that Jake took over the Roman Empire. And it started with Nerva in 96 AD. Or CE, the Common Era. 96 AD, that's when Jake took the Roman Empire over. Not no damn 193 AD with Septimius Severus, like Nate says, because he doesn't do research. All right? And we ruled and ruled and ruled even up into the Byzantine Empire, which is the Eastern Roman Empire. The Western Roman Empire fell, which was Jake. Jake had control of the West and the East. And it became known as the Byzantine Empire. So we take it, hey, the kingdom is ours, man. Hey, like Tony Montana said, I want it all. He said, what's that? The world and everything in it. The world and everything in it. Okay? It says, it manifests in practice. So he's allowed to practice it. Worship and observance. The UN also designates a special repertoire to monitor and address issues related to freedom of religion or belief worldwide. So he can make it an international issue because you're dealing with a major company, Lockheed Martin. If they know better, they'll settle out of court. Now maybe this man wants to make a statement. All right. So now it says this. I believe that's Romans, if I'm not mistaken, Romans 12:19. Let's see if I'm correct. Romans 12. Let me see, possible. I'm sorry, possible. Okay, here we go. 18. I thought it was 19. If it be possible, as much as lieth in you, live peaceably with all men. With all men. So when they say these Israelites busted up a church and robbed a bank and killed some so-called... No, the scriptures say, be peaceful with all men. There's another one that come to mind. Honest among the Gentiles. Let me do it this way. It's Peter said that. Walk honest among the Gentiles. Bible. Yes, and Peter said that. Walk honest among the Gentiles come from 1 Peter 2 verse 12. A Bible verse that instructs believers to conduct themselves with integrity and good works in the presence of non-believers, which are Israelites, but also among actual Gentiles. So he didn't do nothing wrong. If he was a prophet, he was out there on the street, I wouldn't think it would be a good idea to do that. But he knows he's an Israelite and he has every right to do what he wants to do. Let me see what else comes to mind. Anyway, shalom, on to the next. You watch the rest of the